Good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right. So welcome to Association House of Chicago. I'd like to do a few welcomes before I jump in here. Our board of directors, our Association House board of directors, where you at? Yeah, there you go. Thank you for joining us. Our students, where are our students here today? There we go. Our other person, yes, round of applause. Our stakeholders, our friends, our partners, our other awardees today, where are you at? I see you there. Yes, congratulations to you as well. And to our elected officials and government leaders who will speak soon, thank you so much for being here today. For over 124 years, Association House has provided critical resources in workforce development, child welfare, behavioral health, and our Association House High School. There has been no greater need than today for the resources that support this critical work. Today, we are honored to receive a Capital Grant Award, in particular for our Buena Vista SILA, or Community Integrated Living Arrangement. This resident houses our developmentally and intellectually disabled adults who would otherwise have no place to go, no one else to help support their health or their lives. Our motto is opportunity in the community. But more than that mission, our teams live with the impulse to jump in with a helping hand, to offer an education, and to care for those most in need. With this grant, we can assure this work with our Buena Vista home for years to come, and we're very grateful for that. And because we offer opportunity in the community, I'd like to welcome here to the microphone Nick Thomas to introduce our governor.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Nick Thomas. I'm a student at Association House High School. I appreciate Association House High School because they have a lot of great benefits for the students. And when I finish high school in June, I would like to become a nurse to support my family. Thank you, Governor Pritzker, for joining us, and I would like to welcome you.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. Thank you. Wow, thank you so much, Derenique, and I hope you'll continue to lead, stand at microphones and podiums, and maybe run for governor one day. And to all the students here, terrific welcome. Thank you very much for welcoming us into really your home. I want to thank Juan Carlos Linares for your kindness and hosting us here at Association House, along with your board and so many others. Let me offer thanks to our Lieutenant Governor, our Department of Human Services Secretary, Grace Ho. There you are, Grace. To some great champions in the General Assembly, and I want to make sure that you all know we can't get any of this work done without our partners in the General Assembly standing up for us and making it happen. So first, Representative Lillian Jimenez, who's a new member of the General Assembly. And one of the great leaders in the General Assembly for some years now, Representative Camille Lilly. And to all of you who are community partners helping us celebrate this first of its kind capital grant program, thank you for being here. Thank you for applying for those grants. Thank you for providing the services that are so necessary for people all across the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois. Now, here at Association House of Chicago, Juan Carlos and his staff work day in and day out to serve Humboldt Park's multicultural community with comprehensive and holistic social services. But for too long, the Association House's Buena Vista Community Integrated Living Arrangement has gone without some of the critical physical construction and accessibility improvements that it needs to provide top quality care for its residents with developmental disabilities. Well, that's about to change. Thanks to our Rebuild Illinois Capital Plan today, I am proud to announce that we're awarding more than $14 million to 70 human service organizations. And those organizations cover 24 counties up and down the state of Illinois, and those grants are going to address much needed infrastructure improvements. For example, with their grant, the Association House will be able to rehab Buena Vista's bathrooms and install a sprinkler system to ensure the safety and well-being of those in their care, like Sonia, who we'll be hearing from shortly. And we're touching every sector of our social service network, from early childhood to youth development services to substance use prevention and mental health services. With us today is Jennifer Seals from Covenant House, Illinois. Which provides housing for young people who are in urgent need of a safe shelter. From high schoolers experiencing homelessness to LGBTQ plus youth kicked out of their own homes, Covenant House never turns anyone away. And now, thanks to this capital grants program, it will add 19 new beds to its 37-bed shelter services program. That will, as you know, provide the most vulnerable Illinoisans with the safe and affirming environment that they need to build bright futures for themselves. We're also joined by Jay Hobart from the board of Hana Center. Jay. As many of you here know, Hana Center is a nonprofit serving multi-ethnic immigrant communities throughout our Chicagoland area with everything from immigrant and legal services, immigration and legal services, to mental health counseling and workforce development and empowerment. Their grant will allow Hana Center to make essential infrastructure improvements, including replacing failing boilers and water heaters and addressing ceiling and wall damage on the first and second floors of their Albany House Community Center. I want to remind everybody that those are the things that people don't often pay attention to, right? We think about can we add another bed here or can we provide another service? But you can't do any of that if your building is falling in. If your bathrooms don't work, right? And so these are the things behind the scenes that need to get done, and I'm so proud that the state is able to provide some help in that. And I'm honored to stand alongside leaders who represent some of the other successful organizations who will be making important progress with their grant awards, like Breakthrough Urban Ministries, Cornerstone Services, DuPage Pads, Gateway to Learning, Heartland Alliance, the Hyde Park Neighborhood Club, Southwood Interventions, and UCP Seguin. Thank you all. But whether it's Jay at Hana Center or Jennifer at Covenant House or Juan Carlos here at Association House, the people who work at these human services organizations are heroes. They're working to ensure that no one slips through the cracks. We have a lot of work to go to make sure that that's the case, but all of us are dedicated to that goal. Now, that's why supporting them is an integral part of my FY24 budget proposal, which calls for the highest ever statewide commitments to early childhood, developmental disabilities, mental health, substance use, and homeless prevention services. Once again, people think of budgets as something that's very distant from their lives, and it sounds very boring to talk about what we're funding in a budget. But balancing the budget and paying for the things that really matter, that really is important work. And again, our partners in the General Assembly are the ones who help make that happen. I set the stage and with a proposal at the beginning of a legislative session, and they go to work for the months preceding and get the job done by May. And by May, we're going to be able to have a budget that we're really proud of for FY24. The investments that we're making in human service agencies are reversing the hollowing out that occurred under the previous administrations and frankly for decades before. Though, as I said before, there is so much work still to do. But I'm proud of the progress that we've made so far. It's the right direction, and we're doing it with an intensity that I hope you appreciate. Here in Illinois, we recognize that people like Jay and Jennifer and Juan Carlos can only do their jobs if they have the infrastructure to support them. So this Human Services Capital Investment Grant Program is a major win for nonprofits who've never before had the opportunity to compete for capital construction funds. Sometimes because they're just small enough that you're not building a new facility, right? You're not building an addition onto a facility. It's literally rebuilding some walls and ceilings and bathrooms and things that often, as I said before, get overlooked. Today would not be possible, though, without the leadership and expertise of DHS and DCEO and the teams that work there. Thousands of lives will benefit from this investment, and I want to thank them for their service to the people of Illinois. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce to you a passionate advocate, my partner in governance, and truly the best person representing the compassion of the state of Illinois and what we believe in for human service agencies, and that's Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton.
Good morning, everyone. I am Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton, and I use she, her pronouns. First, can we give it up again for the best governor in the nation? Thank you, Governor Pritzker, for that warm introduction and for your commitment to putting people at the forefront of policy. And thank you to my friend, President and CEO Juan Carlos Linares, and the entire team at Association House for hosting us today and for your innovative efforts serving the community. The governor has already acknowledged those joining us, but I do just want to say to Representative Lilly and Representative Jimenez and to all of the community partners who are joining us today, and of course, and to Secretary Grace Ho and her team at the Department of Human Services, and in her absence, the Director of the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, Kristen Richards, and her staff. We all play a role in supporting Illinois' communities and ensuring that they have the tools to thrive. And I just want to thank you for your dedication to this work. And I also want to just acknowledge the students from Association House High School. We are really here to create a better future for all of you. And we are proud of you, and we are glad that you are with us today. It's so exciting to be here today with all of you for this announcement, to come together to stand with our social service providers so they can continue to make an impact in changing lives. And as the first ever capital grant program of its kind, funded by Rebuild Illinois, we are showing that investing in our state's infrastructure is an investment in our state's communities so they can live, work, and be well. As a restorative justice practitioner, we often say that the wisdom is in the room, that those from communities know what they need to heal and thrive. So I know how critical it is to ensure that community organizations rooted in community have the support to provide a wide range of services, like providing early childhood programs, support for Illinoisans with developmental disabilities, youth development, and substance use prevention and recovery. And this capital grant program for our social service providers is just another major stride that will take us further. It's about building a better, stronger Illinois that uplifts us all. And it's about building the groundwork that supports the people on the ground who are responding to and addressing the needs of the most vulnerable. So, to Juan Carlos Linares and the entire team at Association House, Jennifer Seals of the Covenant House of Illinois. That's right. Woo! Jay Hobart of the Hanna Center, and the leaders and staff of all of the 70 grant awardees. The governor said it best. You are heroes, and your contributions are invaluable. In Illinois, we recognize that our only way forward is together, and that when we have the means to help each other and be there for our neighbors, we will all soar to new heights. And I can't wait to see where we go next. So now I want to introduce someone who gives us another reason to celebrate today, and that is Sonia Ains. Now, Sonia, as you come forward, I heard that you are celebrating a birthday this weekend. Yay! Yes. So we all just want to say happy early birthday, Sonia. Thank you for sharing your story with us today. As a resident of Association House's Buena Vista Silla, I look forward to hearing your insights. Okay. Thank you, Sonia.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to Association House. Hello, my name is Sonia Ains. I have lived at Buena Vista for 11 years, and it has been a blessing. I am very happy living in my home with my roommates. I like to read and write. I am an author. On behalf of my roommates and I, we want to let you know how grateful we are for this award. It will make our home a better place to live once it is remodeled. Thank you for choosing us for this award. God bless you, Governor Pritzker, for all you do, for standing up for mental health services. We need all the support and help we can get to make this world a better place for us. May you keep shining through. And thank you for all your support and love. And I give you the love and support back. So now I would like to introduce Secretary Hobart to come up on stage.
Good morning. Great job, Sonia. I think we could probably end the press conference now. It's kind of a hard act to follow. Sonia, happy early birthday. Good afternoon. Thank you, everyone. Governor Pritzker, for your steadfast leadership and commitment to investing in capital improvements and services across the state. A celebration like today's is impossible without his commitment to all of us. I also want to thank the Association House, of course, the best Lieutenant Governor in the country, Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton, Leader Camille Lilly, and our IDHS alumnus, Representative Lily Jimenez, for your partnership, and I have enjoyed our friendship for so many years. The one thing that I know for sure is that to do big things, you cannot do it alone. And so today's announcements and the resources that are going out to communities across the state are the results of our teams at the Illinois Department of Human Services and the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity working together. I want to echo Lieutenant Governor's appreciation to Illinois DCEO for their partnership on this to help human service providers across the state. And I want to say a special thank you to our Grants Administration Director, Jose Ponce, who started this work. He started this work as a leader at the Department of Commerce, Economic Opportunity, and got to finish it as a leader at the Department of Human Services. Thank you for your dedication as a public servant. And I also want to say a big thank you to the amazing Deputy Governor Sol Flores. She and I are a part of the former executive director of Nonprofits Club. And in that role, her foresight and unshakable advocacy for this project, we know as former executive directors, we get excited about roof repairs, new boilers, HVACs, renovating bathrooms, upgrading facilities, and so on. This makes executive director's heart go pitter-patter with excitement. But seriously, this is the first time we're investing in these small capital improvements for nonprofits. And as a former president also of a foundation, I was reflecting on the way here that there are also very few foundations who actually also want to invest in small capital improvements. So this is the state's way of saying we see all of you and what you need. We need our community providers like the Association House to be strong, because your success is our success, and your strength and the foundation of your walls are what we need to meet our mission. We know that there are more needs for these types of supports, as the state has really never made this type of focused capital investment. We will continue to innovate and work to find other ways to support our community partners. The commitments announced today will strengthen DHS, because community providers our DHS. And so I want to thank you for your steadfast commitment to making our communities and our state so much stronger. And with that, please help me give a big woo-hoo to Jennifer Nelson Seals of the Covenant House.
Good morning. Good morning. I want to first thank every person that's in this room that's making a difference in the people's lives that we are serving. Can we thank everybody in this room? Then I especially want to thank the governor and the lieutenant governor and the deputy for understanding what's needed, for understanding the endangered population of people in the age range of 18 to 24. Covenant House provides a safe space, providing those critical wraparound services. Governor, without you, without the resources, we could not provide that safe space. Since Covenant House has been in operations, we've serviced over 1,600 individuals, not giving them just a handout, but a hand up to achieve their full potential. With these dollars, we're going to expand by 19 beds, providing the services that this population needs. Don't you think for one moment that you made a wrong decision? And we will be back for more money to expand. Thank you for this time. Now, I am going to introduce my newest friend, Jay.
Hi, good morning. My name is Jay Hobart, and I'm a board member of the HANA Center. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here with you this morning. HANA Center is a community-based organization, and our mission is to empower Korean, Asian American, and multi-ethnic immigrant communities. We provide social services to meet critical needs and build power towards systemic change. We have 2 locations serving low-income, limited English-speaking immigrants in Northwest Chicago and Cook County. Each year, we engage 14,000 community members. We are a proud partner with the state of Illinois as an Illinois Welcoming Center and with multiple immigrant services programs that provide our community with legal services, community navigators, citizenship education, public benefits application assistance, and more. Through our organizing and advocacy efforts, we have expanded access to healthcare for low-income immigrants. We also became the first state to mandate teaching Asian American history in public schools. We are so proud of these accomplishments, but there is so much more work to do. To this, we need a viable space for our community members and our workers. Thanks to Governor J.B. Pritzker and the Illinois Department of Human Services, this grant will enable HANA to make significant and necessary updates to our 2-story community center in Albany Park. These updates include installing a new cast iron boiler and a hot water heater and replacing all hot water piping. We will also be able to make brickwork and roofing repairs to stop current leaks and prevent further damage to our building. This grant will help ensure our community center will be adequately heated and maintained for all community members seeking our services. Capital investments like these are rare, but much needed. Again, thank you to Governor Pritzker and the IDHS team for prioritizing investments in organizations like HANA. Together, we can build a strong Illinois where we all thrive. Thank you so much. And now I'd like to welcome Representative Jimenez.
apologize. Whenever they say Representative Lilly, I sometimes turn my head because I go by Lilly for my first name. So I got a little confused there. So thank you so much for inviting me. I want to thank the governor's office for inviting me here today. As was spoken, I am a new elected representative here, so I'm really excited to be here, but I'm not new to the community. So in fact, I was here, 17 years ago when this building became the Association House of Chicago building, as I was an employee here. So really happy to be here. So I can tell you, I was in immigration services at the time, but I can tell you that this room has used, in terms of what capital does, what building and infrastructure does for the community, is so important. I remember doing wellness programs here, nutrition classes, citizenship classes, even salsa lessons we had here. In this very room, in this exact room, and all over. And so I know the type of work that happens in locations like Association House, like organizations, as all the organizations that were mentioned, all the important work that is done in the community to keep that vibrancy in the community, to let people know that community services, again, is not just a handout, but is a way to come together as a community to celebrate what we do together and to help each other in this economy, in this educational system, and whatever part of the society we're looking for assistance, and we do it together. So I'm really thankful for the opportunity to be here and to see and to witness and to hear about all the great work that you're all doing. And I want to thank the organizations. I want to thank the staff of the organizations. I want to thank people who've worked in social services and dedicated themselves, because we see you, and with this type of grant that the governor and our administration so generously put forward with the legislature, we are letting you know that we see you, we see your work, and we appreciate it, and we hope to continue to partner. And I want to say, as has been mentioned, we do have, as I look around the country today, unfortunately, at other administrations and other levels, we actually do have the best governor, lieutenant governor. That is a fact, because we are investing in communities. We're investing in youth, we're investing in communities, and this is just one example of all the wonderful work that is being done in Illinois, and that I hope to continue to partner with our leadership here. And I do want to give out a shout out to Sol Flores, our deputy, who is also from this community and understands, because I know as I walk around in the community, I see a lot of the needs. I see people with substance abuse problems. When I am walking around with my son here in the community, because I live not too far away down the block, I see people who have lots of needs. And I think about how the federal administration is lowering the benefits for SNAP benefits, and at the same time we have high inflation. And I see that the need is so high and how important these communities are. And I know that the deputy here, part of the community, the fact that it's so important that people from the community are in these leadership positions, I thank you, and I thank you for your continued work. And I just want to also just say thank you again to the governor. I want to call him up and see if there's any questions, any last words that the governor wants to share with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Representative. Thank you, Representative Jimenez, and we do need you to lead some salsa dancing after the press conference, because it's also Representative Camille Lilly's birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday to you. And I am happy to take any questions from members of the media if we have any. Thank you all very much, all of you, for coming and for the work that you do. Thank you.